one thing that's for sure. You can never doubt this new KC roster on a map like Bind. It is 1-1, and we will be going to a map 3 today. I am your host, Yingsun. I'm back here with Kakuka and Billy. I mean, just the level of competition in our league is crazy. Every match is so close, but this is what we expected, right? At the Bind we saw the other day, and Kakuka, it's great to see that KC have just managed to carve themselves out an amazing composition and a playstyle on this map.
Yeah, besides the fact that individually there were some brilliant moments, my bigger questions were on the second half. I wanted to do what they were doing on the defense because there's so many options, and we knew that running a double sentinel, specifically with the deadlock and the Vice, going onto side was going to be a very difficult task for Vitality, but the way in which they executed it, I was very impressed, and totally can understand with even them giving them the view and the other day how they wanted to repeat this map.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We didn't even get to see much of Carmine's defense the other day, and I'm surprised that Vitality let Carmine start on the attack for this map, that was the big thing for me. Was why had they done that? Did they maybe pick something up the other day when they played Navi and they had prepped anti for it? I mean, that wasn't obvious to me when we were watching it that there was any sort of anti-strats going on. So yeah, the side pick as well is maybe where Vitality lost out on this. Vitality lost. I'm getting so confused with my days.
It's like
they're both
midnight.
yellow. Navi, Vitality, both yellow.
This is the thing, I know I tend to overreact in these situations. You know, I like to throw the best in the world, the go out there. But Sadak though, Billy, who else is better than him on Deadlock?
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone right now. He should just only play Deadlock forever.
There's maybe a couple of contenders. I know I'm a big fan of Soulcast's Deadlock from what we'd seen at Ascension, but yeah, no, I think in this map in particular, Sadak's Deadlock is absolutely unbelievable. He's always using it in such a reactionary way on that attack, almost as if it's an initiator and not a sentinel. And then Aves as well, being able to play off of it, it's just really nice. And even though it's still strong on his defense, we always have Martin playing in front of that sentinel utility also.
Yeah, there's many things that actually make Safe and Sadak similar in this specific one, which is Sadak is going to be the one also going a step forward. Is actually going to be players like Sugetsu that is going to be a little bit more on the flank or on the back covering. So I'm very happy to see that Sadak can also take this approach and bring in something like Deadlock. Wasn't Vitality who played Deadlock last year?
Yeah,
on Bind. So definitely this composition has, let's just say, more layers to it, and is going to take a little bit of I'm going to say a long while for teams to like debunk it and actually be able to play against. So, you know, KC can be very proud of what they've achieved. We were talking about how BBL was playing 6 different maps in the 2 days, but now also going on to Abyss, we're going to see another map that KC has played already. And also in regards to that, I want to talk a little bit.
Oh my God! Talk your talk. Give it to us. Give us more. But this is the thing that I had a little dig on social media and on Twitch and YouTube as well. There are a lot of Brazilian fans and a lot of American fans who are actually watching this match right now, specifically for Les versus Sadak. I mean, we heard it from Sadak. He wanted to destroy Les and Vitality, and at least right now, he did it on one map.
Yeah, I think that there's been so many times where we've seen either Sadak kill Les or Les kill Sadak. It's been really
only one time that Les killed Sadak on that map.
That map, yeah. But it's been really amusing to watch, and I think going into Abyss, this is when I start to get a little bit concerned for KC, because they lost this map against Navi the other day. Granted, it was close. It was a 10-13 loss, but I'm a little bit worried. I mean, they're the one that let it float around. Maybe they feel as though they have things that they can still show on Abyss. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned going into this Abyss for Carmine Core.
I'm not expecting any changes. Probably they stick to their guns, and do not forget at the end of the day, was this the map the Navi picked, right? In the previous best of 3, I'm going to say I think so. And I remember a lot of things happening in this map. I remember how they were using the harbor, the things that were happening on mid. I remember how Sadak in particular, after I'm going to say round 3, he already had his first ultimate. Like, they had a very strong start of the map. They were forcing them to use a lot of utility onto that mid side because of the way that Sadak specifically was playing.
I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit just because going from historical results, Durka on Abyss hasn't been super super successful. You know, the couple times we saw it on Fnatic. And Lesson, Safe, Kicks and Trex, they've never played it either. So there's a lot of question marks here. But when it comes to the roles, the agents, do we want to see once again Safe on the Taeho, maybe Durka moving away from the Yoru perhaps from the past?
I'm down to a little bit of like everything. I know that Abyss has been pretty mixed within the teams. In EMEA, we have very vanilla compositions, and then we have compositions like KC. I want to see if Safe is going to play 3 roles in his opening match.
I want Jet, and I'm gonna get Jet. This is what I want from Durka. When you're in a third map in a situation like this is what's gonna give you the win.
Yeah, exactly. And for them, starting on the attack, when we look at Vitality's composition, we're going to see the same issues that we've seen in the past with not having the Sentinel and how you have to take care of mid on Abyss. Again, we saw it on the first match that we had today, and probably something that Casey is going to take advantage of. I'm looking at Martin here because I think that he had a brilliant second half of that bind and was taking advantage of a lot of those situations.
Yeah, definitely. I want to highlight Martin here because as much as I said I was concerned about Carmine Core, seeing Martin on that Yoru in the previous map, we've seen him taking so many first engagements and just being able to dip back out again, and that's exactly what I think he'll be able to do on Abyss. Push down mid, get those first kind of early engagements, and then just be able to TP back out again.
Well, there's a lot on the line here, so let's not waste any more time and jump into the final map of this week. Pansy and Mini, take it away.
Thank you very much. Yeah, a great deal on the line. I was a little bit worried if we'd even get here, but of course we are going the distance. 3 maps, and the composition, Mini, caught your eye. Talk to me about this. We're seeing Taeho leaned into again. How do you feel about it here, though?
I like his composition more than we saw on Bind.
Okay.
I think this is beautiful. Like, this is a beautiful.
This is high praise.
This is the Taeho Breach Astra combo is oppressive on this map.
Okay.
These XX are going to be disgusting. KC had a struggles on their defense last time, and now they've got to deal with a monstrous composition, in my opinion. If it falls flat, it falls flat. But like, and also, Durka playing the agent that made him famous.
True.
Like, I had him in Euro Gel, but if he wants to play the Jet,
let him play the Jet. Here we go. Let's see how this goes, because you can see how aggressively Casey were willing to challenge on this. Whoa, Aves still good for one though. Doesn't go down without at least a fight, but Trex breaking right back in towards that A site. So now we're gonna have the 2 players towards Heaven. Do they wait? No, okay, they go ahead. Elite's nowhere nearby, by the way. He's having to like catch up to this. Martin's made it possible. Try and split this, or at least maybe split their idea of what's going on. Less than Safe. Last 2 now. What is Flash?
Not ready yet.
Dealt with. Both on the right side. Ooh, less fancy to go at it. Gonna need to tap that spike soon. We go more than a tap here. Actually gonna try and get it towards half. Martin is on the case. Gonna draw him away. Safe there. Nice use of the util. And speaking of util, it's just endless. These 2 in a post plant is nasty as hell to try and deal with. Elite makes a really good go, but Vitality wrapping that round up. That stall coming out between these agents is looking filthy.
like I said, the XX strong, and then not only that, we've got the post plant util, we've got shock darts, we've got sucks, we've got the Taeho Sabers coming back online.
Planted.
Even that aftershock can come in on that A site because it's posted.
Player standing.
I am a little bit worried for KC. We're going to need to see some adaptations from what they did last time. They did not play a particularly amazing defense last time against Na'Vi. Their A-site holds were non-existent, in my opinion. They didn't have the util to deal with stuff. I don't know what their plan is going to be against this composition.
Look, I've become a really quick fan of Sadak. More than I was before, right? As much as, you know, you can appreciate him in his previous teams and his in-game leadership, seeing his personality already, yeah, I'm all aboard. So if there's a moment for him to really try and show off what he can achieve, I'm trying to learn on the fly against what could be one of the filthiest compositions we've been seeing so far, at least on this map, with Taeho in play. I love it, but it's a lot to ask for now.
The only thing I'll note early is there is no Sentinel. So the lack of kind of passive info means that if KC do want to get a bit aggressive with these kind of, with the Yoru specifically, that might be their way in.
So that's the wiggle room,
Disrupts that backline post-plant util potentially.
Someone get Lothar on the phone. Someone call him.
Disgraceful.
Yeah, just denying any chance for orbs or any other goodies. It's just, you know, the easiest way to do it if there's 0% chance to win the round. So, we spin on. We have the bonus here. Mini, I mean, it's still a pretty good round coming out. We've got the 2 Bulldogs, we've got the Guardian in the hands of Kicks, and the 2 Rifles with Les and Trex. And on the other side, Buy is in. No one right there with the ult just yet. Just Trex.
KC immediately doing exactly the same that we saw versus Na'Vi. So you got the Fade and the Astra towards A. This Fade is going to be getting the info out of the A main. But it's not the nicest of holds. And so what they do is they have the Euro at middle with this TP ready towards the A. But in my opinion, this TP isn't quick enough to get towards the A site if this A exit happens. So if we see Vitality finish towards that A site, I don't see any problems.
Where would you prefer it? What would you have you come up with an idea of what you'd prefer to see?
I think
or is there a difference?
We need to stop prioritizing middle on our defense this heavily, in my opinion. I would prefer to see a better site hold towards A, and maybe that TP sent towards B, so we're kind of ready
just
on both sides.
Yeah. Okay. But now, Durka. Unconfirmed damage, but still down to 11. That takes a little bit of a sting out of the exec, potentially. See how much that affects them going forward. A very patient start here from Vitality, not in a particular hurry, not an... I mean, we can see where they're kind of indicating they're going towards, but it's not in a massive hurry.
Just drawing out that rotation towards B, and you can see Trex
He's
going to continue the kind of fake. Or
30 seconds
is he
left.
just a lurk now?
he's a killer.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, he's genuinely over towards his B side. Is this a double fake? Look how far he's gone. That's unbelievable, but there's still Sadak here. I don't know if he's going to... Sadak's in that really weird predicament. Do I stay in? Do I fight? He's now got 10 seconds here. He's done great damage, taking away Trex with the mid. Oh, I thought Durka was going to get more. No. Traded out by Sugetsu. So now they can get back towards the site in a 3v3 post-plant. Spike is in. What do we have for this post-plant situation? Safe still got some util. Kicks, I don't know how long he's got to wait on his. It's 10 more seconds for Safe. This is still going to be a little bit of a rough one for these guys. They can start that pressure building early. Util has to be invested because they can't check on it visually. Sadak with a second chance, and that Cove further forward. The Salva's going to go in, but they've got half now. Time is of the essence. The stun on top 2, trying to deal with the player pressuring down ramp. That's going to be Martine. Stun now back in another attempt. They are cycling this util so perfectly. Vitality in control here. It got pressured. It got close. And Sugetsu, he's still damn good, but it doesn't matter. That's the round for Vitality.
Beautiful. I don't even know if that was a mid-rank call or however that played out. Maybe it's just the... I know Trex and Safe have played together for a long time. That kind of back and forth. Maybe Trex made a call that we can come back.
Yeah.
That little double fake.
Yeah.
Like, I'm liking it. It'd be interesting to pick Safe's brains about that. Like,
it's an interesting call, right? Because it looked like it was all gearing up towards that A take there. The spike towards it. They had, they sent out the drone towards it. And don't get me wrong, Trex got a fair amount of space, but you're walking into a little bit of the unknown because there was that additional body of Sadak there. It could have gone a little, I don't want to say worse, but it could have been an issue. But a really interesting call there to pivot. So I liked it. It obviously worked out, and you saw that post-plant utility again. I feel like we're in a very similar situation to how we were discussing the previous map when we were on Bind with the layered util that was coming in from Carmine Core in those post-plants, how oppressive it was. We're kind of seeing a bit of that here in Vitality's favor, though. It's so tricky.
Even that breach stun, I'd never even considered that, like, on that lane, that kind of safe plant, that breach stun is just perfect.
There's nowhere to go.
No. Use the stun, go across, get some free kills.
And Carmine Core don't like. This is a really early timeout. This is a round 4 timeout coming into. So something didn't like it. It's a real quick check-in.
The problem is, though, is that I've not seen, from the VOD I've seen, many other setups that KC like to run on this map.
Well, this,
so again,
this
they're
is...
going back straight into the standard setup.
Well, this is where the worries began, even in that previous game, wasn't it? It was like, well, is this good enough? Is this going to be enough? Is there depth to it? This is why it was quite an exciting prospect to see these two again, because we have tape on KC, and this wasn't a great showing from them in the past, so you got to wait and see how it looks. And, do they get pressured further? A Vitality of the team to do it. This round, I don't want to say it's a throwaway. It looks so ridiculous. It's like a little mud crab just like running up. Elite, where'd you go? Look at this. Look at this. Look how encapsulating, all covering. This is such a hard position to be in. And Vitality really starting to show the strengths here, and I'm loving seeing that from them, because there was a world in my mind where I was a bit worried this team would be just very like gun-ho, very, you know, brawl out, just fragging out, which is fine. And there will be moments where they can shift into that gear, but already seeing how they're mentally approaching this seems like a fantastic combination. And for Sugetsu and Martin, the options have pretty much dwindled to 0. Give me an exit. Maybe not.
I just want to know more about Vitality.
Have they exceeded your expectations? I'm actually kind of interested here, genuinely. Because this is a high expectation team, so...
Yeah, like when I have like... I mean, Haven was... They had some homework to copy.
Yeah, it was the classic.
But this, I want to know who was the mastermind behind what's going on here. Who had these ideas? Like, was it a collaboration?
Yep.
Even that calling structure is how collaborative is that? Like, I want
to get to know this team. Yeah.
Because when we talk about this team, one of the issues that we had was that they didn't have that kind of leadership structure there, that core there. We don't know what they do. We don't know how they operate. So.
But you did not see
I'm
question.
interested.
Did they exceed your expectations so far?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. Thank you for the political answer first, though. Like that.
Drone going out.
Okay. Drones away.
When you do something like this, when there's something stealable like this,
and beautiful overview here, but Martin has found a bit of space. Just about.
I think Durka made a tiny micro mistake there. I think he was just outside of his own smoke.
Spike planted.
Sure, if I probably missed that one. There was quite a bit on the screen.
Yes.
VALORANT, a child game. Not too many dark corridors. So tricky to keep tabs on all of it, but it's going to be a big retake here. So another challenge and another test. I see the shock darts on. I don't see much beyond that right now, so we have to see what they can kind of bring through here. But oh, come on. Someone, please. Someone stop kicks. Someone deal with kicks. I beg of you. And now from the back lines, Trek's going to pop the ult here. It's Les. Oh, it's stunning from Les and safe. Shows his hand at the end. It felt like it was never in any sort of threat.
Again, it's that post-plant Yuto, even that
So
server hog.
good.
I did not even ever considered Teo to be a lurker, but like
But here we
you
are.
can do it
Yeah.
because you can throw that Yuto from anywhere. Maybe it's a bit obvious that there's
You
rockets coming
trails.
from some random direction, but
One enemy
Yeah.
remaining.
even in a 4v5, clean kill on Durka is not enough. For KC.
That's a headache for KC, isn't it? It's Carmichael we ask a lot of as well. You're going to import someone like Sadak.
I
You
want to
get all
see
this
something
greatness.
different. I want to
Yeah.
see something different.
Are you seeing anything different?
Harbor's on A, but it's not really going to do anything.
There we go. Not enough. I mean, they burned that timeout, was it round 4?
I think it's Martin who we need to get active. He's been playing this middle position for the past technically 17 rounds if we're going to count the other game.
Yeah. And you'd rather see him just like going for a little bit of space, trying to take some of this territory away?
Do something.
Mini's getting harsher, I like it.
Yeah.
This is
It's not,
Mini in the
it's
new
not
era.
Martin's fault. I'm
Oh.
on the line here. Calling him
That's
out.
wild. That's wild.
Stick at the B. He's gonna
Yeah,
pick
that's
up,
it.
isn't
No,
he?
he's absolutely going to rinse you. He's going to shove you in a
Such
locker
a nice
or something.
person as well.
No, he's a sweetheart. But he does look a bit serious, though. You know what I mean? He's quite intimidating
He's
as a person.
He's a softie.
Wow, until he decided to absolutely rinse his team.
I think he's the kind of guy I'd appreciate.
Well, we're going to find out soon. If Mini's in a locker afterwards, I'll let you know. But right now, Salak is putting Vitality in the pain locker. Look at this. The Hurt locker overflowing with Vitality players. Finally, Carmine Core. All they had to do was put a Harbor on A.
Right, that was just Sadak's individual brilliance there. I saw nothing that made... nothing from the Harbor really made a difference there. That was just all Sadak with a Vandal.
Such a hater. Trex,
I had to undig the hole.
No. It's not very deep anyway.
10 seconds left.
Oi,
What?
you're better at this than me, so I can't keep up with that and be flaming you at the same time.
Right. So you're saying I'm bullying you,
You're
basically.
bullying me.
Right, cool.
In my own workplace.
I'll get HR on the phone, don't worry. Trek's going to opt to keep the Vandal, and there it was again from Sadak. Lovely. You know, you talk about fragging IGLs. So nice.
Another timeout off of a round win was
Stop being such an egg hater.
They do need to make an adaptation.
Yes.
They do need to.
Because you're not going to probably get that every time. That was not the same sort
but
of round.
I'm curious as to why the timeout didn't happen last round as opposed to this round. Because
you can have a lovely coffee time. You can sit down with them. They're going to sit you down, and you can just grill it.
I mean, like
good cop, bad
when
cop.
we're thinking
you know
about
what I mean?
people like Yang, like he's a legend. Of
course.
He's one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Like,
So you think there's method to the madness?
I feel like I'm allowed to be a bit more kind of picking the holes.
Yeah.
Seeing
Should we just get you both in a cell? You know what I mean?
cell?
Yeah. See what happens. Who comes out alive?
Have a nice coffee together and chat.
I think my idea's got a little bit more merit, but it is a timeout, and this has now burned both of
You
this.
just want to see me hurt. That's
Plead the fifth. But yeah, that is double timeout. So this doesn't. Have you? How many times have you had to call double timeouts on the halves? I don't think I remember it that much.
I think once maybe.
It does just feel like you've kind of. I don't say accepted a loss, but it feels so uphill from that point. Right? Because like,
Yeah, no,
if anything else goes, it just feels like that last ditch. Like guys, otherwise it's going to be a 1 to whatever scoreline, like 1 to 11. You got to check in.
EG finals Tokyo bind. I think 2 on the first.
Oh wow! Now that EG coach, she's pretty good.
Yeah, but I won. So.
Who won champs though?
Oh yeah. Anyway, so back to the game.
This time, different player eyeing this up. It was Sadek on the other side, of course, and you know that slower approach. He absolutely did him in. But now we've got Durka operating
Seems
around.
like Eng was fine with the Harbor just being towards A and the Fade being towards B. Not a huge adaptation, but they do have the Harbor ult for the retake with the Astra ult, so maybe it's just playing into that.
Okay, so they're going to get Durka posted up towards A.
Curious.
Have a wander
Jet.
off.
Oh, he's all pink. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, the angles. I mean, he's not necessarily stuck here, I don't want to say. But it feels like Sadek's got a good idea of what's going on, or at least kind of considering it could still be mid-pressure here. 'Cause it is just a 1-3-1. Deeper drone going to come down. You've got Durka and Sugetsu, two very experienced players just having a very extended 1v1.
Teo is having to break the door.
I think so, but Sadek's seen it. So they're kind of feeling this
30
creeping
seconds
pressure
left.
across the map.
But they're allowed to do this because Martin's playing so passive.
And the ult on top, Durka basically off the map trying to hunt down Sugetsu, who does get away with his life, but now he's on patrol. Holding this deeper than before, but 13 seconds is a little bit deadly, but it's fine. Martin's POV right now, find me that, safe and Trex. Oh, it's all falling to pieces. What the hell was that shot he just hit? Trex, 1v4, they're not letting that one slip. Carmine Core, digging in for a second. Give me that replay, give me it. What the hell was that? That looked filthy.
You know a shot's good when you can tell it was good from the other.
Oh, the POV. There we go, hold on. This is Durka at the start, yeah. It's so nasty. Oof. That is, yeah,
Like,
very
I've
nice.
seen the best of the best.
What is that?
They get it, they absolutely get it. Oh, that was nuts. Okay, but I'm not going to talk about repeatable success or anything boring. That was just a nuts round. 2 to 5. We got to go again, right? You've got odds coming on.
More, that's what we were doing.
Never, Min.
I am going to point out that the amount of control vitality you have over the map is an issue for KC. And the fact that they're having to rely on brilliance like that, as opposed to kind of
Right here.
macro, in my opinion, is a worry. There's nowhere that Vitality are exploring that feels unsafe for them, because Martin is sat at the top of middle for the past 7 rounds.
Yes. Love to see him activated more, but I'm still waiting to see what Carmine Core's adaptation was from that secondary timeout as well. Not sure myself. I'm sure we'll see the fruits of the labor eventually. Contact made in mid. There's Martin getting involved. That's about it.
Oh my god, is he?
Oh, well, sorry.
Durka just walked
Sorry.
up the B.
Sorry, how's Durka here?
Got all.
Has he done this? I mean, in the meantime, Safe was just fiddling around with his lighter, and I was a bit confused, but Dirk has been sent off the map. We're at 30 seconds.
30 seconds left.
There's the Armageddon. Clears through backside. Carmine Court. Don't really want to get too involved just yet, so they're going to let that plant go in. We do have ults aplenty. Sadax and Sugetsu's all going in. Kix is still going to try and stick on the site here. Everyone's playing it forward. They're diving back in on the site. Kix goes down after trying to make a stand, leaving it all towards Safe and Les. Both held back behind the divide, and it's a horrible jump through if you fancy it. Not going to work out. Defuse right under their noses.
Beautiful retake with the Harbor Astro. I think Vitality let the time go down just a little bit too much there. They had to rush that exit. They had to use the Armageddon in a way that I think was a little bit underwhelming in my opinion. I wouldn't mind seeing that drone going in, informing where that util should be used, as opposed to the kind of like the blind just Armageddon on the backside.
It's in, Bobby, it's in!
It's 3 in a row. It seems to be working, which is, and I can't tell you why, but it seems to be working. But we're going back to what looks like run A. Now, drone dealt with. Sadak is going to take contact off this. He needs to deal with the Aldrone as well, which he is. I don't know if they saw the additional. Yeah, well, looking where they're trying to check there, they absolutely did. The layering to that, having the drone from Safe and Trex completely cleared that close hold on A.
Like I said, this is not a consistent A hold.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh. That sucks. The Vitality get to keep all 5 alive. Trex, I mean, he's a little worse for wear, but he's living. Oh, and Aves is finding Durka. And they cleared pretty deep on that. They know that there was no one close enough by to try and trade it back through. Kix now tries to get involved himself, but it's Aves again. The young gun coming in. Pressure building. Carmine Core down to the 1v1. Elite up against Les. He holds on. Vitality clawing back in.
Looked like Vitality thought they won the round already, to me. So, a little bit to the foot of the gas a tiny bit, and then KC just found that little opening. Completely changed the round, but 1v1 from Les. Les at the end, the little Les movement. I don't know if you know about that one, Pansy. Yeah, the little jiggle. The Les movement. I try and do it, I'm not.
How's it going for you? Not great.
I hit a Mortal 3 in the off-season.
Do you need compliments right now? Like, are you feeling a little worried?
What's going on?
We're really proud of you, Minnie. You're great.
Thank you,
know?
thank you.
Fnatic did badly, but this time it's not your problem. You're doing great.
You did bring it back, right? You couldn't help yourself.
Good now.
No.
Nah, if it's there, it's happening. Vitality though, win around, timeout. Is this the new meta? The new timeout
Yeah,
meta?
the new timeout meta. Unless the UI is wrong.
Nah. And it was mostly Safe talking then, it looked like, as well. So, not sure what the conversation is. He stopped talking now. We'll see. See what they come up with.
Could be to do with the Visalt.
Yeah, could be.
I'm gonna call it Thorns. Can't remember the name of it.
Do you know what the worst thing is? Like, some people are like, oh, do you know all the names of the abilities because it's your job? I'm like, But, you know, some of them flash and some of them are smokes.
There are about 100 walls though, that's the only
Lot
one I
of
get
walls.
annoyed with.
Yeah, especially when Harbor's coming back around. Thanks, Sadak. Bit rough. Oh, hold on. Yeah, you're seeing it as well.
A little adjustment.
Oh, Martin. Oh no. Oy.
I mean,
Did you like that?
Had he hit the shot,
Yeah.
it would have been a clean round.
Right.
I think.
Didn't.
But you can see how surprised Vitality was.
Yes, because, I mean, even with
Not
that...
happened for 9 rounds.
Yeah, that deep horn felt really obvious that there was going to be pressure behind it, but even then they were still doubting it because there had been none. But in the meantime, Vitality get past that first issue of Martine, and they're already on towards the site now. Divides in place, so they have real security here. And that post plant in this position, look at these ults. Look at the util they have. Safe still sitting pretty good on it. Kicks has his ult. This is not a fun situation for Carmine Core to try and build back in on, and actually a bit of a kind of push back onto the site, reclaiming the space that maybe Carmine Core thought was available. It's certainly not. Durka doing everything he can to help the pressure build. Kicks in unison, and now they switch places here. Durka being the lethal force on the site, and he's still finding impact. Just down to Sadak. And nothing feels secure, nothing feels safe. He's gonna catch one. A moonwalking Durka isn't much, but still, Vitality, yeah, solid as a rock there. Love that little play back into the site.
I don't think they should have done it, but the fact that they did it together at the same time, that kind of unison? Yep. Was nice to see. You know?
It was.
It would have been nicer if Kicks didn't have to plant the spike. He would have been off the site, being able to use the breach shot, not having to like create some kind of... But it's nice to see that they're able to create these kind of situations mid-range.
Yeah. Okay, what ults do we have here? Knives for Durka, and Martin's got his. Sadly, Martin not maybe feeling the walk down middle now. Vitality seem a little bit more willing to check on any of the pressure that could be coming their way through mid. This time the drone gonna go for a little wander. Spots out at least one. Doesn't catch Martin though.
Straight back towards B, it looks like. I'm surprised they didn't lean more on the AXX given the success that Vitality had.
The Elite has played this position recently. Oh, you could see how close the util from Teo was there, but Elite still had a little bit of room to play with, and he's taken away Durka, who had those knives if he wanted it. Now Vitality might struggle here. This is a little bit trickier to try and take towards this site. I don't know if they fancy going into this, but adjusting right up towards ramp here.
30
Again,
seconds
you're
left.
seeing all the util poured in. Martin, hello. Oh my good God, he's seen everything. He's in a bit of a predicament himself. Elite's the one to get Trex, and Martin might just dip away from this, really. There's not much more he can achieve.
A little bit overzealous from Sugetsu.
Yeah,
Just
time
need to
though.
contain.
Yeah, you got 10 seconds
left.
I don't think they can even really get that spike in safely. Elite can die for it almost, you know what I mean? 4 now. No plant, no problems. This is looking like Carmine Core gonna secure enough of this. Hold it down.
Last round in the half.
Make it up to 4 to
No
7.
sense in saving now.
Yeah, as I said, a bit surprised that Vitality leaning towards the B after what seemed to me quite easy success on A
Yes.
a few times. Even the round they lost, it was due to Martin coming in and hitting a shot that...
Ridiculous.
Yes.
Breaks his wrist.
Weapons up, comms open.
Okay. This is a big round though. KC would be very happy if they go into the other half of 5.
It would be a massive way to make themselves at least have a bit of buffer to play with. But knives there for Durka. So I've got to be really careful on this job as well. She's just opting to be a little bit more cautious. Martin sitting more
Gathering towards
passive.
middle now.
But we do
KC
have
have
2
gone for a
players.
plant of some sort.
Yeah, Elite's here as well. Uh-oh, Durka with an uncharacteristic miss and a quick punish. Martin springs the trap. They all converge towards middle, and it's rewarded for Carmine Core, but Safe still alive. Keeps this within touching distance. It's not impossible. Maybe a little uphill, sure, but he's got them too. Trying to drift back towards A, but they've already got themselves in pretty close by positions.
All missiles away.
Interesting to see how Les plays this one out. Safe plant, okay.
Yeah. Okay, plant is in.
Spike
He's still got his
planted.
drone. He's going to slip back towards A main.
He's got Armageddon and that. Those salvos are going to refresh.
So he's going to use the drone. That's going to go back sight. And Les looked a little bit distracted there, unable to find impact through heaven. Armageddon going to come in quite early on this. Not taking all that fast just yet. He wants a 1v1. He does get it. But a quick trade from Sugetsu. And Carmine Core back up to 5.
Yeah, after all my criticism, getting 5, they'll take that one.
You
Abyss
absolutely
being
would.
a massively attack side of it.
Yeah, That's what we keep in mind. 5 to 7 here. Vitality are in the lead, but it's not comfortable yet. Carmine Core, there's life in them. They've still got that fight in them, and you don't want to see any of this going any lower quality. This is a good game between these two. I want to see this sort of tempo kept up onto that second half coming up in just a second. To 7. I thought at points Vitality had this game in the bag. I thought they looked absolutely sewn up here. But Carmine Core found ways and means, Minnie. They found ways back into this game. It's not over yet. We've got a closer affair than I expected. How do we feel on the side swap? Compositionally, anything coming to your mind here? Now we're going to be flipping the sides.
I can see what Vitality are about to do, and it looks like a lot of aggression here. So maybe this is something that is part of their Teo game plan.
Yep.
We saw a bit from Fnatic earlier, the retakes as well.
All missiles away.
Okay, aggression, you're right, spot on. Look how deep they're willing to push. They don't get the reward, I guess, that it feels like they almost deserve. But that was solid. I like the idea behind it.
Both refresh pieces Yuto used for that push, and they got 70 damage and a bunch of info. I think that's fair.
Okay, now what do we... So is it a little bit of like that, okay, first move made, now we pause, that's a little bit of that almost downtime to an extent, you re-explore the map a bit, show a bit of presence.
I'm liking the proactivity. We see the drone back through for info and immediately kind of a stack towards middle to see what's going on there. Again, no Sentinel on the defense. They are going to have to do a little bit more work to kind of figure out what's going on. They can't just sit back on the sides.
Contact towards A, draws the players over. Oh, this is all over the map. Safe getting a little bit more interested. He wants confirmed information, so he's the one going walking. Now, fortunately for him, he's already got 3 players on this A side.
Kicks is ready with this fault line on the A.
30 seconds left.
Be less by his side than up towards heaven. You've got another. We're getting down to 20 seconds here. This is getting pretty close now. Got to make a go of it. It's going to get deadly. Flooding on in. It's Elite. Takes away Les, who's meant to always be that kind of 1-2 punch. And the back lines with kicks, but already going forward is Aves. Look at the time, though. 10 seconds. Keep in mind where the spike is. They've got to get that plant down. And Durka has somehow threaded the goddamn needle. How's he done this?
Spike planted.
On the back. They've flipped sides here. KC also looks like the defense. And Durka certainly on the attack. Ripping through them all is safe. Gonna find Elite in the end. What an absolutely bonkers round.
That was beautiful, honestly.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked the little aggression towards B at the start. I liked the re-clear. I liked Safe's push was a little bit, you know, as a Teo, his Yuto was so impactful in that retake that it was a little bit dangerous, but I don't hate it. I want to see more of these retakes and how they're going to work, because I do think that Fnatic did have a good approach for some of those retakes earlier. The Teo salvos are extremely strong in those situations to disrupt any on-site or off-site post.
Yes.
Breach stun's going to come in as well. It is brutal.
Not ready yet.
Okay, so this does give Durka the angle. Nice. Gets Elite, gets away. Dirk is doing really big progress over towards his ult as well. Oh my god, there. Oh, where do you go? Where do you go? Try and flee, try and flee. There's no way out, really. Stuck in a box. And others, Martin. Ugh, just the leaves and pieces of the bodies left towards the connector there in middle. Trex gonna find him comfortably. Martin, it's a formality.
It seems like an abstract thing, but like,
okay.
Imagine that util being used on a retake. Like, that's what we're dealing with.
Yes. It's a good example of it, right? Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. That was, you know, one to get out of the way, but in-zone flawless, always good there. Gonna keep this bonus in a really deadly spot. Vitality, couple steps to them closing out this game with a victory, but it's still very, and you can see how uncomfortable that was. You had Trex just waiting. It was literally a trap, perfectly placed. Big round now. KC, if you got something in mind, you don't want to let Vitality run away with this.
I'm interested to see if KC changed it up on their attack. So last time they were doing a lot of mid defaults last time and not really using middle at all. Like they would take it and do nothing with it at all. Go back to extremity exits.
I'll find you.
I think then that kind of begs the question, what do we think of Vitality's preparation? Are they keeping that in mind? Did they watch that and think, well, that's a little bit interesting, or does it even not play a factor? I'm seeing Durka already taking a lot of space here.
I think it just means that they don't have to care too much about those deep middle ideas. Here it looks like they do want to deal with it on some level.
Enemy marked.
Still pretty early in the game, maybe just try and get that kind of beat of what they're up to, but Durka checking behind it. It feels like they're aware of what they were going for. There is still a player just down by those stairs, though. The timing is everything on that. Could get punished. They're so close on some of these angles. Just a pixel away. Save. Got to be careful. Keeps his cool. I'm looking at Durka. Looking at Trex. Do they start to try and get involved? Durka does pull the trigger, so he's going to draw a reaction. Careful now. Carmine Costa. Oh, big from Martin there. Nice shot there, takes away
30
Durka.
seconds left.
Oh,
And a misread, potentially.
yeah. Vitality moving away from the B site.
This should be the green light for Carmine Court. Get themselves a plant in. Oh, use of some util here. I'm a little bit surprised, but
Looks like they wanted to go for some kind of
Yeah.
flood or some kind of kill, but
they're still kind of getting involved. Look at the time here. Down to 6 seconds. Look at this pressure. 4 second time. You've got to keep in mind time here. This is absolutely unreal. They just about got the kill at the end there.
I think the spike went down in time.
You think?
I don't know.
Want to call that one?
I was a little bit surprised that we didn't play more for that retake, even though we were down the number. I do think that
Enemy remaining.
Durka was being a bit overextendy in that mid-round.
Babe, do you understand?
I want to see this comp play out how I think it should be,
Okay.
rather than kind of just.
What does that
brawling-
mean? What does that mean?
Like instead of brawling this middle so much, like
Yeah.
if we know that the opponent is going towards one of those side exits, and we're in a position to play for this retake, I want to see how strong it is.
Hold on, Pacey. Does he find Durka? Yep, spots him. And sees kicks now.
I'm back.
Going to take sight, going to force them into this, I want to say deep position, but Vitality looks so willing to kind of fringe fight towards these sites here. Sadak keeping some space secure, but they are chomping at the bit here, Vitality. Waiting on that util flood to come in. His kicks to draw first blood, but Sadak with the response. The salvos go flying, but Durka just spraying. It doesn't get what he needs to. It's Sadak's still alive here. I mean, I don't know how he is still alive, but he gets away on 7 HP. And now Vitality start to feel a bit of pressure now. How do they clear that backside? How do they get it on this cross? So far unwatched until about now. So, oh, Durka's seen another, but it's Alliance who gets to in unison. Trex knows that this one's done. He has to back away from this. Carmine Core clawing into this matchup now. Starting to get some rounds on the board here, up to 7. And Vitality will need an answer soon.
Beautiful from KC. So their composition doesn't have as much of that post-plant util.
Yep.
So what they often like to do is try and go for those open plants. Their exec is strong, meaning that like they have the space to go for that open plant, and then they'll play a few people forward. You saw Sadhack with a really awkward hybrid cove being used deep, They're going to fight off of that, make it as awkward as possible, and they still have the contingency of the spam in the post plant because of that open plant. For the adjustment, I think Vitality, they need to think about this kind of, do they have the protocol of dealing with an aggressive post plant, or are they used to teams playing that offside post? Because those fault lines and salvos are going to need to change positions.
They see. I like seeing this. Look at that deeper position, right towards spawn from like Sugetsu. Expecting some mid pressure. Tailored for it. And he's the one to punish Durka, who's invested a great deal to this round. He's down now on 10 HP. The only other real impact player would have been Trex with that Phantom that was saved over. This is now getting to crunch time. Carmine Core starting to get a lot better beat on the game. But a patient round now. You don't want to let that slip or give opportunities over.
Yeah, I think anytime Durka activates knives, I think my plan would be to stay far away, see what he does. He's always going to make some kind of play. Even now, he's gone. He's low HP, but he's gone for another. He's got a creative position. He can jump over and get a bit fancy.
Yeah, I guess it's off the back of Safe here, right? That's what we're waiting on. Okay, Safe's seen him. And he's been caught in this corner a couple of times, but 10 HP, it's all he needs! Durka unleashes! Perfect play in unison with Safe, kind of setting the tone, setting the trap, and then springing it. Sugetsu and Elite up against 5, but they do have pistols. Trex has the Phantom. Durka, of course, the knife's still there, but it's not easy. Time running low, they gotta make that move. And Durka, he wants this, and he might just get it, just taken away from the ace almost, but a pace safe card Thrifty, nonetheless, off the back of Durka.
I mean, I've seen him do that a few times before.
He's quite a good player, that guy.
I feel very proud right now. Nothing.
You feel like it's like your child's gone up to uni.
Nothing to do with me.
Got it.
At all, but
Yep.
like the fact, you know what I mean? Seeing him on a different team, doing so well.
Minus 50, nice! Nice! Derek, 1 HP, bro, it doesn't matter. Nice.
Not wrong. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Pace. Yeah, Sugetsu. He's actually managed to... Oh, it's like an assault course out there.
Starting off the box. This has been thought out.
I like it. I actually like what they're doing with that.
Cutting through.
It's also the next layers. One thing to note is that Vitality keep getting a lot of information on this A main line just by having someone jiggling. I think that needs to be pushed off from KC.
Dark doing enough to force Martine away as well. They don't have much info on this map. It feels uncomfortable. Even if they walk back towards B, they still, you know, there's a little bit of doubt when it comes to where maybe one of them is being safe after that earlier start.
Like again, still, it's like, sorry, Lass has still got this line on A. They've used the Vice flash to try and push him off, but he's just staying there. We should see the rotation towards B. I want to see Durka moving across right now.
It was almost a little too late, but you know, they'll get there in the end. Safe doesn't instantly fall away, does get caught by the Fade ultimate coming in. Carmine Core will get the site here.
30 seconds
they want to
left.
use to try and get a pre-take started. Durka does have a look towards window. It's Elite to find kicks, and actually a bit more pressure than Durka probably wanted there. Forced away. Ult, nice usage coming out from Elite, costing them a big chunk of time here. But with the flank coming in, they can't sit safe, so they fight forward. Carmine Corp getting creative in this post plant now. Martine loses his teammate in the form of Elite here, and now Safe starting to tear him down. That's only 2 though. Martine eventually takes it back away. Arvez isolates Durka. You're looking at Trex now in a 1v2. Time is running low though. That ain't the dart that you're looking for. Yeah, this is rough. The little trade out of positioning here, nullifying the flank, forcing them forward, and they succeeded in the scenario. Carmine Core right back up here, 8 rounds.
I think I highlighted it earlier that KC, they like to use middle a little bit, but then don't do too much with it. And I think with Vitality's information on A main there, I don't see the point of having the 2 people staying middle if we know that KC aren't going to be coming up. They haven't shown anything deep on middle at all.
Yeah, that's true.
A little bit like I saw in the last half. I think in that situation, Durka should be ready to flood in and help that B side. Get that three-person hold going.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're playing for a full retake. But they're in between right now. They're kind of playing on on the side a little bit and
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
it caught off. And we know that KC are going for these deep post plants, so they're just getting caught off guard.
Okay. Vitality, timeout here, and we've wanted to see this. We want to see what it's like with Vitality under a bit of pressure. Now we had a savior round from Durka. That's great. That was your round 17. Cool, tick in the box. Otherwise, this would be sort of looking like 8 to 9. We'd have a much closer scoreline, but the issue then becomes we're starting to see the money get put under pressure from Vitality as well. They've got a couple ults nearby, but not on yet. 1 away from Trex's, 2 away from Kicks, and I think that's 1 or 2 off from Safe. So close by, but not here yet. On the other side, Sadak's and Sugetsu's. Big, impacting, area-defining ults coming out. This could be in the pocket coming through. Vitality need to let this one not slip through their fingertips. They have a good 2-round lead. They need to stick to it. What do they do with the money?
Massive.
Okay.
Going for the buy.
Yeah.
Massive aggression towards A.
Is that a 4-1?
It is a 4-1 on the defense.
Okay. I guess we have... Let's see on the challenge on the other side, because it's mostly been, I think, Sugetsu being the one challenged over towards B with those deeper pressure points. That's nice, just working towards Trex's ult there.
Yeah, very rarely get to see that on this map. They kind of orb grab from the defense. I love it, honestly.
It's giving them options. Safe, gonna be forced off here. Trying to buy a little bit of time. They're going to be in, though, so the plant is going to be there. You're going to have that Harbor ult clearing out all the space. We'll start noting the players potentially towards CT. You're seeing the post-plant set up now. So it's the retake potential from Vitality. There's the Hunter's Fury. A little surprised that got popped here, trying to clear out close. Going to catch Martin, but sends him away almost on the follow-up. Durka tries to get active. Up from Ness, has a little look down, doesn't get anything. A little bit of chip damage, but he wanted to kill. Sadak. He's trying to get back here. This is so dangerous. Look at the pour on of Util. Turns the flash, gets back. Aves, 1-2 punch. Carmine Core holding on till then. Trex going to answer back himself. Brings it down to a 3v2, but the time is an issue. And Durka's so far away. This is going to be a pull the plug. They're already saving. They want to keep these weapons. Durka wouldn't mind doing some damage, but I don't think he's going to get much out of this one. Actually, I've lied. Of course he does. Of course he gets to. That's fine from him. But at the end of the day, a round is a round, and it's Carmine Cores with a Red Bull clutch.
So I think that, again, the same kind of theory on B for KC is that they want to play deep. And it's the same on the A. So they're going for that open plant and playing deep. And we saw that the Vice, Wall, and Thorns was being used to deny that choke, the deep A choke. And then you see the Harbor Cascades and Walls being used there too. Kind of a difficult thing to solve in the moment, but maybe Vitality can have an answer. Again, changing how they're going to kind of use that.
All missiles away.
But the retakes aren't as easy as I thought.
No, they're certainly not. And we are seeing, again, this sort of pressure play to try and get the ults. I'm wondering if there's a push back into this. Because they got info on this one, so it is not the pickup they were probably hoping.
And they're looking to go for safe ult there, I think.
That seems like the logical choice. They could have gone for Kicks potentially, but who knows? Looks like he was the safe bet. Should be a pretty informative drone here. At least 2 suppressed and a lot of util on top. They now know what's going on, but Vitality is standing their ground here. Yeah, falling towards backside, but they're still trying to fight this out. Brawl it out. Safe will always get you value, as will Durka with 1. So now Sugetsu left in a 1v3. He brings it down to a 1v2.
Obscuring vision.
Our drone is up in the air. Got to be cautious on that. Doesn't want to get noted. I think he got spotted at the end. Didn't get tagged, though. Need 4 kills from him here. 45 seconds. He's got a lot of time to play with. He might use it. Why not? You've got Les and Trex to handle. You know where Trex was roughly. Les, maybe a little less known. And 30 seconds. You can define the map however you want.
30 seconds left.
It's a very niche situation, but because the map is so wide in this 2v1, you know that they're going to be staying together. So when he does go towards B now, he's going to have plenty of time to make some kind of play, and he should know that.
He's playing like it. 10 seconds. Still taking a couple of cautionary steps, just to make sure, just in case.
Planted.
See him stay together on this.
Here we go.
What's his choice for the post plant? That's a choice. Okay. I guess maybe expecting him to sit in a deeper post-plant position, but an open plant here. He wants one, but the timing. Bloody Christ, the timing! Oh! Sugetsu answers back with his own Red Bull clutch. It's all his now, tying up a 10 apiece. These two teams are heating up now.
I love it.
It's huge work from him. I mean, we've been saying it, right? Seeing Sugetsu hit this level of form. That's 4 for him in the round. Beautifully played.
One enemy remaining.
Cool. And it is the issue, right? You look at the money, Mini. They're going down to Poundland. They're going down to Aldi, Lidl. They can't get anything. You know, they're looking for bargains out here. They got a couple ults, but you can't be using them willy-nilly now. You know, you got to be thinking about it. On the other side, money's good. Couple ults on the horizon. They do have the Armageddon there. They do have Kixes. They do have one away from Lesses, but it's not now. So this could be the game going, at least lead-wise, towards Carmine Core. Could. Or Durka does something silly. I don't know.
Yeah, Vitality don't seem to find the answer. I mean, that was their round. Like, they did very well on that hold initially.
Felt like it. That little brawl on the backside seemed really good.
Durka keeps doing this thing where he's like running backwards and holding mouse 1. I don't really like spraying through smokes whilst running. It's a new
A new look for him.
new look. Yeah, quite like it.
Okay. Good info there for Trex. Hard to hold this.
My
Hold there
ult's
for
ready.
Martin.
Time to jump.
Oh, he's going to offer it. I mean,
Yeah.
why
for
take a
safety.
risk? Oh, did they see the player tucked in the corner? Does it make a difference? We're going to find out. Again, he does go for this. He's got it more than he hasn't. They still check on less, which I like. That was diligent, not to be reading too much into the approach. They still cross the T's, dot the I's. That is lovely. I got worried they might forget about the player kind of tucked into the smoke. They didn't. And now just Durka. But is it ever just Durka? I've made that mistake before. I said, oh, it's just Floor. Durka, though, one off from the knives. He could get that here, ideally. And he might just be out with the gun. Yeah, probably a fair shout on this. Sugetsu might not be having it, though. Oh, Sugetsu's going to be loving this, too. Yep. Tasty stuff, round 11. Carmine Cores are back in the lead. It took 21 rounds to get here, but they did get here. Big ult, so Mini. What are you doing, right? You need that slam dunk round. You need that something.
I think all of these ults are beautiful for a retake.
One enemy.
So in my opinion, I'd love to see a 2-layered approach where they go into something where they know they could use those ults if they need to early, but ultimately if they have to use them for a retake, that would be the ideal choice. But it doesn't seem like they're really thinking about the ults too much here.
4 rounds in a row. And the Durka round basically in between, so it's been a half from Carmine Core.
I wonder there, just want to point out,
Oh, go ahead.
I think that off of the contact of Durka there, Safe was going to put his Armageddon behind if anyone aim was there. That would have been juicy.
That would have been nice. But for now, he's looking for other options. Spots out Sugetsu.
Once
Didn't
abreast.
catch Martine, nor the rest of the players. But we haven't seen much investment deeper in towards middle, as you were discussing earlier. But it's something they're now keeping in mind. So they've seen one player so far. They still have a good line towards A. We're about a minute. It
Right
feels
there.
like there's a lot of question marks still on this map.
Yeah, but as I said, KC, maybe this is the first time they actually will use kind of their middle control to do something. They haven't done it in the previous VOD. It looks like they aren't going to here either. Maybe just leaving the lurk, going back towards that BX sec. But there are 3 players here for Vitality. Interested to see whether they're going to play for the offsite post and retake.
That's caught one. Only one.
Sorry.
30 seconds left.
Okay. It looks like it's...
Retake time.
Yes. And now mid-lurk is there. Sugetsu is the one to keep in the back of your mind. It won't be... Oh, they get proactive. And it's Messi Others. He's been sharp as hell, and now he looks absolutely battered and broken. But where are they? This is just such a messy fight. It looks like it's sewn up for one, and then suddenly it's ripped to shreds. Divide's going to come in. Drax taking a little bit of damage on that. Let's have a little look for this. Really uncomfortable to try and find a way in. You're going to need some more heroics from this man, Durka. They're trying absolutely everything. He's got one knife to play with, that's all he's got. He dreams and hopes, and they are shattered. It's 12 for Carmine Core. You thought it might have gone Vitality's way there. That moment when they played aggressive, when they pushed through Mini, it looked like it was all going to pieces. But somehow, Carmine Core dig in.
It's the same point I got for Vitality again, though. They're kind of playing this in between.
Yep.
Are we playing retake or not? We got 3 towards the B side of the map, but then it feels like we shouldn't play for retake. But we're getting caught in positions where, again, KC, we know they're pushing up. We're not safe behind that box.
No.
So it's going to be a cracker of a world review if Vitality lose this one.
Right back into things, though. And again, you're looking at Durka trying to go deeper here as well. Utility to set him into motion, but there's 4 players. One of them takes some damage, but oh, they fall like flies! Carmine Core might have put the super team back in their place real quick, but there's still 3 against them. Kicks, less, Trex. Let's see if you can handle the pressure now. 5 on the other side. Sadak, the imported captain, looking absolutely on the money today. But they decide to pull away from this. A call. They don't need to hurry to the end. They can take their time. They can be cautious and they can be careful.
Yeah, a more inexperienced leader there would have just sent it through, but good to see the kind of freeze.
The re-hit now. And look what it's done instead. Rather than a 5v3, it's a 5v1 and maybe a half if Trex can come back over in time. The off angle's there for Kicks, but it's tough to make it more than 1, right? This is a really tricky position, and you've had to give away the game. Do you stick around? Do you back away? He's trying to have impact here.
30 seconds left.
Trying to be a hero himself. He's found a corner. And ladies and gents, we might have it right here, right now. Kicks doing everything he can for Vitality. Trex and Les now with a doable scenario. Can they deny the plant? Can they pause the roll? It's 10 seconds, another attempt at this. Les here now by Trex's side. Elite waiting, smoke, drops. Oh, huge from Les. Still life in them yet. The post plant is uncomfortable. It's oh, no way! It's down to a 1v1. Avers, the young gun, the young blood here, up against Les, a veteran, decorated, brilliant. But today, Avers has the time on his side. And Les, oh, he holds on. That's when you want your veterans. And you get them in moments like that. Vitality, hold on for one more round.
Yeah, all off the back of Kicks. Again, we were talking about him earlier, just getting those 2 important frags in that earlier map. And there again, he's just saved them.
Planted.
It would have been poetic if Avers won that one. The most inexperienced player on the server versus one of the most.
Nice!
And that's the mad part, right? You look at Avers, having a nice performance today. Whoa. And then you look at Les, 10 kills, but one of those kills just kept them in this game. That's the difference, right? It's be able to call upon that experience in the moment, and he's just so calm under
I think
it.
we did see that Armageddon play that I said last round, but it did absolutely nothing, so...
Yeah.
Oh, no, we didn't.
No,
we didn't.
still
No, we
got
didn't.
it.
We saw this. We did Salvos. Let's see.
Okay.
Still, those ults are big. There you go for this kind of play when we got these ults.
Okay.
When he's feeling it, he's feeling it.
This is knife-edge stuff. It's OT or it's GG. Durka waiting to spring the trap on that B side.
He's going to jump across with the fault line.
There it is. Martin! Martin! He's actually done him in, but it's Trex who's finding the damage. Martin then pops the ult and tries to take towards the side. Does he try and go for this again? We know he likes it. He's doing it again. Rinse and repeat, but a trade. Oh, Trex! From up above, fighting 3, a 2v2 now. Less and safe on one side. Elite and Avers on the other. An attempted plant. There's the ult coming in. This could be big. Avers needs to get out of there. He saved it for that moment, but now down to the 1v1. Ooh, and safe is sharp. He's sitting pretty, looking healthy. Elite down low and down on his knees. We're going to OT.
This game has been incredible.
Yeah, it has been.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yep.
I want to see if they do make any adjustments, though. Like, are we going to see anything in this OT? Are we going to see a timeout here?
Because you get the additional timeouts, right, once you get OT.
Yeah.
I appreciate all of you for sticking around late. I know it's once again past the watershed. We're getting close to 1 in the morning now, 1:45. So all of you stuck around, appreciate you. I think we're allowed to swear now, they tell me. Once it gets past midnight, yeah, do what you want, say naughty words. Don't. They'll terrifying me. But yeah, what an absolute banger of the game. 12-12. The two big teams, right? Because you've got to say these are, you're arguing these are kind of like top 4, top 5 somewhere. You know, however you want to place them, they are certainly top end. Vitality, you'd probably put a little bit higher.
These are the best teams we've seen so far.
Yeah.
We're still waiting in the shadows, Heretics. But
yeah. I can't wait to see Heretics. I'm looking forward to seeing them. And same with Foot. I mean, everyone's been excited for those boys. Yeah, his coaches be yapping. There we go. Both sides. There's a lot to talk about and not a little time. Not a lot of time. Good English, Lauren. It's late. It's almost 1. Huh? Am I seeing what I think I see?
what are you saying?
I saw a glass cannon op in the hands of Trex, which he's now decided. I was like, oh, you committing?
I don't think he's ever got an OP kill in his life, maybe. I wouldn't.
Ever?
Not from a gun, not from an OP spool.
I see.
You know?
Deep breaths now. Here we go.
Could be a simple one here.
Could be. There will be Vitality on the attack.
I identified A site as a potential weakness for KC. Maybe that's what they've done in this timeout.
Why does it look like that?
I think so ridiculous.
I'm sorry, whoever's done the animation, you did a great job. But Durka is in, following off the back of the drone, and Alpha's got kicks.
Off of his reveal, and I don't know where it was.
Yeah, me neither. I'd love to see that back if possible, guys. But still, that's big damage to start with. Removing kicks from that post plant as well. Nasty. But Durka's got backside, so they've got some safety in this. Tower's got some players. I'm seeing the Utah. Hold on, they might flood from heaven here, or tower potentially. It looked like they were considering it, but pausing.
Safe really doesn't want to plant right now. It looked like they were going to make a play through CT. Oh. KC triggering that wall, but doing nothing off of it.
Back soon. Decoy.
Okay. Okay, it's just like waiting for the go. Here we go. Drop down. 37 seconds. Carmine Core want their sight back, but Vitality rather like it here. Trex gonna find 2 for himself, but it's safe. Still alive. He's trying to be sharp, trying to be clean with it. Sugetsu trying to do the dance, but too many targets. Vitality get the first in OT.
I think KC made a bit of a mistake there. They look a bit nervous. There was a few times there where it looked like Sadhack was maybe making the call for the retake, and it seemed to be like, going out, no, going, no. And then when they did go, it was off of the spike tap from Safe, but Safe is smart enough to not commit to that.
Thank you, replay. Yeah, it was literally just straight through the smoke, threw it down on the ground. Very, very simple. It wasn't
I thought I was going to
pretty.
see some nice juicy fade reveal.
Oh.
I don't know the fade tech on this map at all.
Throw at ground.
Throw at ground.
Yeah. As a fade main. Yeah. As it stands though, this is advantage back for Vitality. Hard fought 4-2. What does KC do? Where do they decide to go?
Walls up.
Another slow approach.
Durka's ahead of this.
Taking the orbs and the OT taking orbs can be very...
Sadhack. That's nice. And he's 1 away from the ult.
Yeah.
What were you saying
why
about
you take those orbs in the post, because usually you can take, if you take both and plant is like a free ult quite a lot of the time. Getting to that situation on some maps is very difficult, but Abyss, very attack-sided orbs.
Safe's an issue.
So great OT calling from Sadhack.
I'll wait to see if Safe can have...
Yeah, they're running into for 3.5.
Pretty much everyone is here. This angle could be big. Okay, shows it, forced away.
30
Could have the dart here. Mike going to go for a little bit of a pre-fire on this AR. They're going to try and make a stand at 25 seconds. They're trying to stick their ground. Seas comes in. Trex going to be affected. Trex still holds on, but it's a good trade here. Sadhack looking likely for this one. Ult is now ready to go. It's down to less. It's really just down to less now as Kicks was just killed. 13 seconds. Time running low. He needs help. He's not going to get it. Carmine Core, bring us back in.
What literally won them the round was that tiny micro detail of running through that smoke on different angles. Like sometimes it comes down to beautiful strats.
Sometimes
nice
it's
shots.
that.
Sometimes it's literally two people running through the smoke at different directions and catching. Vitality had everyone there.
Oh, so many moments. You can see it going just like
Sorry.
such a close coin flip. Here we go again. We will never go home. I'm fine with this. It's a good game. See what we have now. Rinse and repeat? Any variety to this?
Okay, so I don't think we saw this much, but a kind of default round where we used the sabers early for full aiming control. I quite like that. Get the orb if we need it.
Almost gone to elite there. If he went down, worry and
I
panic.
don't think we did take the orb there.
No?
Because if we take this orb now and we plant it, we would, I think, be in a situation where we would have the. I could be wrong.
Just ask the observers. Maybe not now. Seems a little late now. Vitality. Oh. Dirk has left a. Oh, this is. It's really impressive utility, but it feels a little bit fumbly on the way in here from Vitality. Now they're kind of left knocking at the door, but do they try and go on this one? Dirk are going to be the one to go forward. Carmine Core, where are they sitting? They're not completely fallen away. They're not completely removed from this. Oh, Dirk though, removing Martin's head. Taking a lot of damage back, but still staying alive.
This time Vitality not in the offsite.
See Tiger, he was getting real. Oh, I'm not going to doubt you. I'm not going to doubt you, but Kicks is the one who's trading back through perfectly. And now with the ult coming in, it's a little too much for Elite to handle. It looks like Vitality are once again going to take this advantage. Elite's down on 30 HP. They win the brawl in the post plant. They win the fight. How are you meant to do this? One towards window, one down towards. Oh, it's so uphill. Take a go of it, why wouldn't you? But I think we know the outcome. And it's sealed there. Vitality back in the lead at 14.
Yeah, a little bit of a switch up from Vitality in the post plant. They kind of got stuck on the site, but Durka hit that slingshot.
Yep.
I mean, he even on the execute, he missed that dash again onto the box.
Is that the second
Something
time?
he needs to need some server time, dry runs.
You're not his coach, all right?
Durka, you're gonna do it 10 times in a row, and if you fail it once, you're doing it 10 times again.
Ooh, a little bit of a switch up here. It's not Trex with the op. It is looking like Durka going glass cannon. Okay, let's see. Another round of it, or Vitality close the account.
Here.
Forced off the angle here. Just to respect this and sit. A little bit more
Again,
passive.
this orb control for Sadak, he knows. I think that is something to note, that Vitality had the same kind of idea on the default, but they didn't pick up both those orbs. It's so important at O2.
Recliff Maldrone. Sees one. Let's get the tag, but not too telling at this point, but it allows Durka back towards this. Seeing that look towards middle. Safe in the meantime, droning.
Oh, again.
Sadak is catching Kicks.
Here.
This angle. Oh! They are absolutely firing on all cylinders. These shots, absolutely spot on. There's not much more to it than that, but less safe and Trex.
Both OTs, though, from Vitality, losing early in middle. Somewhere that I just don't think we need to be losing members, to be honest.
And having Sadak's ult here, completely making Safe's position feel unusable. Less trying to get involved, maybe trying to just turn the odds in their favor somehow. Safe is under so much pressure, but Less gets away. They don't know about Less just yet, they do now. The smoke dissipates, but he still gets one. Can't get the follow-ups because Sadak, he's just on it today as Trex. Flank's going to give him the start. The double towards lower, tricky. Not going to happen, we go again, 14 to 14. You have anything to do tonight or tomorrow?
No.
Good. I'm going to go for a brunch, but it might be a dinner at this point.
Reloading.
It's a good game though. I'll give it that. I'll give it that.
Yeah, it is a good game. I think Vitality are going to kick themselves for some of these defense rounds. Just the slight mistakes being made.
Trex has done it again, I'm nervous. Yeah, because he
It's
hit
the first
timer.
time.
Show me Trex. What's he up to? What's the game plan here? String towards middle with the op? Okay.
KC doing that thing again when they got a protocol where they like to come back
Time to
towards
jump.
middle. leaving that A site completely open.
Well,
There we
ladies
go.
and gents, first time for everything, and it happens. He gets Elite down. And Elite's been a bit of a closer, too. He's been around those late rounds doing well.
Right here.
It's already that nice first blood drawn. They can now pivot around the map.
It's like calling again, like I said,
Ooh,
like
Sadak actually walked middle on this.
the no sentinel means that these kind of approaches. Never mind. Less is the sentinel.
Yeah, NT Sadak. I like the idea behind it though, trying to get a little bit, you know, aggressive on that. But they've done so much damage by this point. It would take a real error or an over delivery to make this close. They've got such great impact kills and mess from Martin and clear, clean, concise work from
Yeah.
Vitality.
I just
50.
wanted to highlight that, like,
Sure.
we saw Trex thinking about that op earlier in the half.
Yes.
And I was kind of alluding to the fact that Safe has players around him that are vocal players. And I think Trex is one of those players. He's had that idea, what, like 10 rounds ago or something?
Yeah.
And he's pulling it out now. Like, these are creative players that have ideas.
Guys,
So it's
hey,
nice to
listen
see.
me now. Let's
That in. But let's see if they're ready for it. We've been seeing the orbs being vied for. Do they then go for a challenge on that? We've seen kind of what's been working for Carmine Corp on this attack.
Very different.
Yes.
I thought they were going to go for a fast mid. I thought they were
Same.
going
For
to
a
go
whole second, I was...
juicy rush. That was going to be the same as usual. Very slow, methodical.
And
Going to take some orbs.
might just be for the audio that he's like walking it rather than sending it.
Maybe.
Might be. Who knows? Doesn't catch anything in middle here. They late look towards A. I don't know if they got the orb out of that. I don't think they did. Doesn't look like it.
Testing me here. Don't think so.
Thank you, observers. Cuties.
The drone back through A main now, so we know A's clear, but it's going to be too late. Only 2 on this B site for Vitality.
Safe? Are you sticking on this? Oh my god! That was so close, Safe. He's slipping there a bit here. Hold on. He's a bit close. He does get seized again. This was layered in last time, but he's really close to this corner. Aves, the savior, again on this side. He's been getting some critical kills. I can't stress it enough. Durka trying to lean out over towards those rafters. Way too open to it. Martin catches, falls away. Slips into that post plant. Not much to deal with the backline. We've even got a Lurkis who gets pop and swung on by Trex. Back down to a 4v3. Not impossible. Little uphill, but Sadak, ooh, the timing and a messy shot. Hold on, we are getting into the mess of things here. 3v3 now. Vitality with a chance to close here. Aves not really letting this happen, but that smoke's in play. The defuse is difficult. Wait, he's seeing this. He's seeing someone. Oh, those pings not being there anymore do make a whole lot of difference. We go again.
Yeah, Vitality still haven't problem solved this B site. Now their approach is Safe, just running across the site trying to make hero plays.
Do we see a timeout, do you reckon? Or do you think they're just going to let him go?
There's been 30 rounds. Well,
We're in Counter-Strike now.
if we had the solution, we would have seen it earlier. I think.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, interesting here. This is something that KC were doing a lot in their last game, this kind of aiming control with these 2 stars.
They haven't seen this yet. Safe. Very diligent on the clear of that corner. So heads up from him to say this sharp deep into OT. Could have been punished. He wasn't. And it looks like they try and pick up the
Left
pace.
the Vice wall there. Yeah, Vitality accelerating towards a beast there, it looks like.
Sadak's forced to move, forced to either move forward, backwards. So far he's chasing, but it's Durka, it's less. Sadak going to get at least the dagger in the back of Kicks, but the site looking like it's clear. They can work towards it now. The other players trying to build their way back through. You've got Elite quite far away. Sadak and Aves building their way back as close and quickly as they can. You're looking at Trex sitting up on those rafters. Durka down below. Durka waiting. Ah, it's lovely from Durka and Trex. Nice positioning there. And now just Elite to try and go through it. And that is again Vitality taking the lead. Variation here, Minnie. We're seeing them start to toy with different ideas. I love that reaction, pacing it straight up middle.
Yeah, I mean, I like KC's idea to try and take A main and leaving the Vice wall deep, meaning they could rotate towards B, but unfortunately Vitality are too quick. They know that if you pushed A main, there's probably with numbers, and we can go straight into a fast split. There's not going to be too much resistance there.
Well, we spoke about timeouts. It is time. Again, Vitality, this is the common trend, isn't it, right? Vitality get that round and then just seem to not get the grip on it, get the read on it. It's a timeout. Now, I don't know if there's much to be said. There's not like a set piece they can lean on, but maybe just the awareness of what's been happening that Aang, or anyone can see, touching base on it here, could be valuable information.
Yeah, I think for Vitality, if they need to close this out, it's going to be about how to approach that B side of the map. Durka, before the timeout even was called, pulled that up, so that he thinks that's the win condition here. But for Casey, it's been the same thing in the OT, that take the A main orb, go towards B, take that orb, finish B.
A couple times now we've seen it. Let's see. Timeout coming to a close here. Soon enough. Now, Operator in the hands of Durka. Do they go back to this?
Looks like I think he's going to go more aggressive now. We're going to see the fault line, I think, with the salvos trying to flush the players out of these awkward positions. I think Durka's going to try and catch someone behind this box or on the kind of left cubby.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. Thank you again, observers. Absolutely killing it today. Durka, though, he's the one who has to draw the blood. He's the one who has to play it forward.
Beautiful recon behind as well. It's not going to catch anything there.
He's not been punished here. Does get away with his life. Tried to stay around as long as he could for that. Got really close to the wire.
I like
it does fall off.
Beautiful idea.
But you got to give credit on the other side as well to the fact that KC were aware of it. They played super diligently, but again, very present. Durka could get timed on this though. This could be a little bit of an issue for him.
Angle.
It is. It's a very tough angle. It has been revealed again. So they're keeping track. It just feels like spot the Durka right now. Now the Aldron's going to see them shifting back towards the A side. So Durka once again tries to pick up the mantle over here.
The info cycling's been good. We saw Safe use his drone back through A main and then the drone back through mid. And we used the information to stack the correct bombs out.
Stuns there, Safe. A little bit of an off angle left side. You've got Durka right side. Carmine Core might be walking into the biggest trap yet. This could be a bloodbath. But their approaches have been solid. You've got the lurk waiting, but can they get the site itself? Durka trying to defend. Spots out one, he goes for it, but he can't get what he needs here. Turned away, but he hits back hard. Safe, Durka in unison this time, combining on the back of the site. This might be the one. Sugetsu was meant to be the lurk, meant to be the final blow. But sadly for Carmine Core, they couldn't make it to the site. Vitality close out. Within zone flawless in overtime. Beautiful, beautiful form in the end.
And honestly, I think some very easy fixes from Vitality.
Yep.
And when they do that, they're going to be even better. Like, those simple fixes, I think that game would have been a lot more towards them. I was more impressed with Vitality that game than I was with KC, to be honest.
I'm really impressed that they got put under pressure and in a problem scenario against a very good team. Carmine Core are very, very good. They have good IGLs, they have good coaches, they've got good firepower, right? There's no need to overstress that, but I have to highlight it. Vitality,
32 kills.
Drex, 29. I mean, we've seen some big performances from these boys here today, but they problem solved.
He just watched his former teammates lose, and he...
I mean, he took a risk, right? That is a big game for him, and he's got to be very happy about it. Similar things could be said for the likes of Safe, right? These guys have made a risky, I don't want to say risky really, they've gone for a high risk situation, and right now they're seeing the reward. We've got Safe looking good as an IGL, some nice mid-rounding there, some great calls, looking sharp, still hitting as well. It's not really impacted him too massively. You've got Durka firing up as well. Let them take to the stage here. The super team itself already looking strong, looking deadly, and a team to keep your eyes on going forward. I can't wait to see what they can become. And the fans, got to give it to them. Very, very dedicated here. But while we wait for the interview, let's take a look at the PaySafe card play of the week. This one goes to BBL's Social Beat Ace with Chamber.
good, yeah.
Yeah, decent,
Decent.
solid.
Solid.
I always want to say social B because of the ease. It is sociable.
Sociable, sorry.
It is sociable.
I was going to laugh.
Nah, no, don't do this to me. Because next time you make a mistake, you're done for. You're absolutely cooked.
I made one bad one.
You haven't
No,
sworn
two
yet. You haven't
bad
sworn
ones.
yet. You haven't sworn yet, so you're fine.
That reaction is beautiful as well.
Yeah, we've actually.
Gibson, up and down off the chair.
Yeah. No, the coaches have been good so far. We've actually had some decent reactions from them. You know, unlike that Fnatic ex-coach, he was boring. Sort of squeezy hand, that was it. But no, just having a little watch back here has been lovely to see this nice performance. However, everything is ready, so let's send it over to the stage for the post-match interview with Lou and whomever is willing to join.
It's such a pleasure for me to be here with Les, the winner of the French Today's Derby. Thank you very much, Les, for joining me. Congratulations on breaking through the blue wall. Bravo.
Thank you.
First of all, I wanted to talk to you about the stakes of the match because you were going up against your former IGL, Sadak, and we saw a little bit of banter, trash talking, you know. It was a match with high stakes, also between the two communities, KC and Vitality. So does it matter for you? Do you think about it before the match, or it's just like, not really?
I was excited to play against Sadak, of course. Like, I was playing with him like 3 years.
Yeah.
But like, didn't change my mentality. It was win the same. The only thing it was like I knew that it would be a really hard team to play against because like if he is in the team, it's gonna be hard to play against.
Yeah, there is a reason for him to be joining this team indeed, and I think Vitality fans are so happy that you defeated KC, of course. Second question, we saw a lot of analysts, people on social media talking about the risks of having a super team with star players, but you proved everyone wrong tonight, so I wanted to know if it's important for you to have team building. Do you have some in Vitality? And Vitality staff help you for this?
We had our coaching staff that was helping with this. Before we play, we were like doing more things out game than in game to help this relationship. Because like, for example, I am coming from a different country, so I have a really different culture, so they were trying to link us.
Yeah, so they're trying to help you in the cohesion of the team. That's very nice to hear. And you brought it up, but I was going to speak about your new life in Europe, of course. You're one of the best imports of this season. So first of all, I wanted to ask you one thing you enjoy about your new life in Europe. I know you went to Paris to Vitality's office too. And on the other side, one thing you miss from your Brazilian American life.
I think the first thing that I miss is the hot place, because this place is so cold. I'm not liking this, to be honest. But things that I like, I like more the vibe, like the Europe vibe. I went to him a lot of times in the international tournament, and like the Europe vibe is more chill, you know, like I like this.
Okay, yeah, maybe, and not everyone would say that indeed, and I agree with you. Berlin in winter is absolutely super cold. Fourth question, I wanted to know if you had the opportunity of watching other matches and if there was one team you think in Kickoff is underrated or you really want to face them.
To be honest, we don't have, like, we are not thinking about this. The next enemy is going to be the next enemy, and it's this.
And it's going to be exactly the same for you, of course. And last question, you see, your Vitality fans that came here, and trust me, they screamed. I think you hear us.
Yeah,
you heard them during the match. So do you have a few words for them to conclude this interview?
Thank you for the people, and sorry for this late, very long match. Like, I didn't expect so long, but it was really fun.
I think everyone enjoyed it still. Thank you very much. Les, it's a pleasure to have you on this side of the ocean, and we wish you good luck for your next matches. It's now my turn to thank you guys for following us, watching the first week of VCT EMEA 2025. We'll see you soon.
I'm intrigued to see if this is actually going to go through. What? Oh!
When Loon comes back, though, it won't quite be the same case. Standing inside the salvo, he claims a fourth. The lunatic. They bought that time, and they bought enough. BBL, they've done it. There's no stopping it now. The spike explodes, and so do Fnatic's chances on map 1.
got his own. Now, normally, he has a judge, but he's going to do it with the shortiest.
No,
how?
no.
How has he managed to survive? No, not going for money! He's an absolute nut job!
A close-ranged fight against close-ranged weapons. Guess how that goes? Not in his favor. Sociable, the last man standing, and the headhunter finds its mark. The tap will be heard back, making his way, but it's not even half. The big swing!
To get to in a 1v3, I think his days are numbered. And to get to heads up work here, he's on the heads up to heads off.
Feeling good, feeling great on my time. Won't let a hater block my shine. I'm just living my life. Too busy chasing good vibes. Chasing good vibes. Chasing good vibes. Chasing good vibes. Too busy chasing good vibes.
I'm feeling good, feeling great now. A hater can't play with my day now. Get that negativity out of my face now. In my city, I'm the man on my state now. Yeah, I'm living life to the fullest. Baby girl, you're talking to the realest. Energy and joy, you can't steal it. Good vibes all around. Baby, tell me, can you feel it? I woke up, so I'm blessed. Just another chapter in the test.